The wedding guests froze in silence the moment the giant screens flickered to life. Just seconds earlier, everyone had been smiling, applauding, and celebrating what looked like an impossible love story, a humble mechanic marrying one of the most powerful female CEOs in the country. Then the image appeared. A photograph. An old photograph. A younger version of the groom standing beside a private jet. Another image followed. Then another. Luxury estates. Business magazines. International conferences. A headline worth billions. And suddenly the woman he had just married stared at him as if she had never truly known him at all. The man she thought was a struggling single father with grease-stained hands was hiding a secret so enormous that it threatened to destroy everything they had built together. Before we begin, if you believe kindness matters more than wealth, and that everyone deserves a second chance in life, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs inspiration, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Your support helps bring more emotional stories like this to people around the world. Rain poured over the city that night as Ethan Carter worked alone inside his small auto repair shop. The sound of metal tools echoed through the garage while thunder rolled across the dark sky outside. Most people who passed the shop saw nothing special. Just another mechanic. Just another hard-working father trying to survive. Nothing about Ethan's appearance suggested anything extraordinary. His faded jeans were covered in oil stains. His hands were rough from years of labor. His small apartment above the garage was modest and old. Every morning before sunrise, he woke up to prepare breakfast for his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. Every night after closing the garage, he helped her with homework before putting her to bed. His life revolved around one thing: his daughter. Years earlier, tragedy had shattered Ethan's world. His wife had passed away unexpectedly after a severe illness. The loss nearly destroyed him. For months he moved through life like a shadow. The pain felt endless. Yet every time he looked into Lily's eyes, he found a reason to keep going. She needed him, and he promised himself that no matter how difficult life became, he would always be there for her. The small garage barely earned enough money to cover expenses. Some months were better than others. Some months were frightening, but Ethan never complained. His customers respected him because he was honest. If a repair cost less than expected, he told them. If they didn't need a replacement part, he refused to sell one. People trusted him because integrity mattered more to him than profit. Across the city, another life existed in complete contrast. Victoria Sinclair was the CEO of Sinclair Global Technologies, a billion-dollar corporation with offices around the world. She was intelligent, ambitious, and admired by many. Business magazines praised her leadership. Financial analysts followed her every move. Employees respected her discipline and determination. Yet behind the success and recognition was a loneliness few people understood. Victoria had spent so many years building her company that personal relationships slowly disappeared from her life. Friends drifted away. Romance became secondary. Work consumed everything. At 38 years old, she possessed wealth beyond imagination. Yet she often ate dinner alone in a luxury penthouse overlooking the city lights. The silence felt heavier every year. Their worlds should never have crossed. But fate had other plans. One afternoon, Victoria's luxury vehicle broke down unexpectedly on a road near Ethan's garage. Her assistant immediately contacted several premium repair services. Unfortunately, none could arrive quickly. Frustrated and running late for an important meeting, Victoria noticed the small repair shop nearby. The building looked ordinary. Nothing impressive. Nothing corporate. Nothing that inspired confidence. Yet she had little choice. When Ethan inspected the vehicle, he quickly identified the problem. Unlike many mechanics who might have taken advantage of a wealthy customer, Ethan simply repaired what was necessary. No hidden fees. No exaggerations. No manipulation. Victoria noticed something unusual. He never once seemed impressed by her status. He didn't ask for photographs. He didn't mention her company. He treated her exactly like every other customer. For some reason, that stayed with her. A few weeks later, she returned. Then she returned again, sometimes for minor maintenance, sometimes with questions about her vehicle. Eventually she realized she was finding reasons to visit. Not because of the car. Because of Ethan. For the first time in years, she met someone who seemed completely uninterested in her wealth. He listened when she spoke. He laughed at simple jokes. He talked about life, family, and values rather than stock prices and market trends. Most importantly, he talked about Lily. The love he had for his daughter was impossible to miss. Victoria watched him transform whenever Lily entered the garage after school. His exhausted face brightened instantly. His entire world seemed to revolve around making her smile. The sight touched something deep inside her heart. Over time, friendship became affection. Affection became love, yet obstacles emerged almost immediately. Victoria's board members disapproved. Executives whispered behind closed doors. Media outlets speculated about the relationship. Many assumed Ethan was pursuing her money. Others believed Victoria was making an emotional mistake. The criticism intensified every month. Ethan heard the rumors. He read the headlines. He saw strangers questioning his intentions. But he never defended himself publicly. He simply continued living his life. Meanwhile, Victoria found herself growing increasingly frustrated with the judgment around them. People claimed to understand love. Yet they measured relationships through bank accounts and social status. No one seemed interested in who Ethan actually was. No one saw the kindness she saw. No one witnessed the sacrifices he made for Lily. Months later, Ethan proposed. Not at a luxury resort. Not aboard a yacht. Not during a televised event. He proposed during a quiet evening walk beside a lake. Simple, honest, real. Victoria said yes without hesitation. For the first time in many years, she felt hopeful about the future. But hidden beneath Ethan's calm smile was a secret he had carried for wanted to leave behind. Long before becoming a mechanic, Ethan Carter had lived a very different life. One filled with private aircraft, international investments, luxury properties, and billions of dollars. Years ago, had built the company from nothing. His family name appeared regularly among the wealthiest people on the planet. But wealth came with a terrible cost. Power struggles, greed, manipulation, betrayal. After his father's death, relatives fought viciously for control of the empire. Lawsuits erupted, alliances collapsed, trust vanished, the corporate war consumed everything. Then tragedy surrounding him could not save the person he loved most. Money could buy influence, money could buy comfort, money could buy luxury, but it could not buy time. It could not stop death. It could not heal heartbreak. When his wife passed away, Ethan made a decision that shocked the business world. He disappeared. He transferred control of most assets into trusts and professional management didn't care. He wanted one thing. A simple life with Lily. A life where he could be present. A life where wealth no longer controlled every decision. So he started over. Far away from headlines. Far away from boardrooms. Far away from intended to keep it that way forever. Unfortunately, secrets rarely remain hidden. As the wedding day approached, forces from his past began moving once again. Old rivals learned to know exactly who she was marrying. But they did not reveal the truth out of kindness. They revealed it to destroy them both. The wedding ceremony itself was beautiful. Sunlight poured through the glass walls of the venue. Flowers lined every aisle. Lily walked proudly beside her father. Tears-filled couples shared their first embrace as husband and wife. Then the screens activated. And the truth exploded into the room. Victoria's smile vanished. The guests gasped. Reporters rushed toward their phones. Executives stared in disbelief. And Ethan realized the life he had spent years escaping their love was strong enough to survive the truth.